have in my hand an LED panel suspension kit. It's designed for use with 600 by 600 LED panels, and it's available with low-cost postal option directly from freetv.ie. Just to show you the panel it'll be used with, this is a little LED light panel that we can suspend from the ceiling. Okay. Now, when I say it's designed for use, but with a 600 by 600, you could actually use it with larger panels, we'll say a 600 by 1200, which might be best to use 2 kit bags if you're doing something like that, just for safety reasons, because you have more weight obviously held out. So the reason I like this is it's a very simple kit, works extremely well, it's low cost, and it's available, as I said, with low postal option. So let's just look at the component part to make it up. Basically, we have pre-assembled what we want here, and this kit here that I have in my hand is replicated 4 times, and it's used to suspend the 4 different corners of the panel. So it's held securely from the ceiling. So normally what we would do obviously with panel lights is, if we have suspended ceilings, we take out one of our panels, we drop the panel light in instead, connect it up, and away we go. But in circumstances where we want to connect it directly off the ceiling and hang it down, because there is no suspended ceiling there, something like this would work extremely well. So let's just look at the component parts and how this goes. So the first thing to note here is that when we go to actually mount this on the ceiling, we'll use a screw and a plug like this. So there's 4 of these in total, okay? So we just mark it out, drill them, insert the plugs and things like that. Now when we go to put the screw in, we'll do it in the following phases. First thing is, we want a locking mechanism like this to hold the screw in place. But what we want also is, we wanted the cable to be suspended safely from it. So all we would do is we would take this cable here, and if we see with each of the cables it's the same thing, we can slot this end directly through, as I can see here. But the reason that it can't pull all the way through is we have a locking mechanism on the end of it here. So a little piece of solder there that actually keeps it locked into position. So if we come along and we screw this in here, and we have the screw held in position like this, all of a sudden we'll have a cable hanging from here with an anchor point. So when we actually have this screw locked in position onto the ceiling, we screw it in, and we lock this in, we now have an anchor point with a cable coming down. And all we need to do in the bottom part of it is to come along and attach this directly onto the panel itself. So what do we need to do the thing? Well, the first thing we do is we'll run down, we lap through this locking mechanism here. So our angle here that's 90 degrees, we run the cable through it, we bring it down, and we slide this bolt along it, so it has the cable on the way in and the way back out on it, and then we get 2 small bolts here, we screw them through, and it locks it tightly into position like that. So now all of a sudden we have the full assembly here, and the final part to come along is to take this screw that's here, the bolt, sorry should I say, we come along, and if we look at these panels here, we'll see by default these panels actually come with little square nuts built into them, okay? So what we'll do is we slide them into the position where we want them, we get a screwdriver, we lock them in, and one by one we lock into the things. Now if we had a panel that didn't have a locking mechanism like that, how would we come around it? Well, if it doesn't have the bolts built in, what we'll probably have is what we have here, which is little hooks in the corners, and on these ones we just dispense with this little bracket here, we run the cable directly through, and we lock it through. So it's an extremely simple process. It's cheap, it's easy to implement, and all of a sudden people who wanted to put in LED panel lights but weren't able to, well, they were faced with the hassle of putting in and buying expensive brackets that were often the same price or maybe even more expensive than the light itself. Now they have a very simple solution, and the implementation of this, you can install a kit like this in less than 10 minutes. So all you need really is a drill and a screwdriver, and you have the entire thing set up and working. So it's extremely clever. I think it goes really well, and one of the reasons that we like our new LED panel light supplier so well is that they have had the innovation and the foresight to go and add on products like this, and instead of, we'll say, being competitive on the LED lights because everybody's selling them, you know, deciding to gouge on this is not what they did at all. They have these at very competitive prices as well. So it really adds on, I think, to the attractiveness of freetv.ie, because number one, we have good products, low prices, but now we have nice competitive additional products like this that sit really well with the product range. So that's it anyway, an overview of the LED panel suspension kit, 600 by 600 ideally and it's available with low cost postal option directly from freetv.ie.